Welcome to a brand new way to interview potential students for the 7th or 9th grade. You're about to embark on a day filled with excitement and nerves. After various activities designed to let students of all personality types shine, you will analyze prospective students in order to build a more diverse student body. Interviewing in this way ensures that our student body will feature a multitude of skill sets and qualities, especially those that might have been overlooked in a traditional one-on-one interview process. This style of assessing prospective students is structured in such a way that allows even the more introverted students to show their strengths and talents. Welcoming your students will set the tone for the day. Since this is one of two times when you will be interacting with parents, making a good first impression on both parents and prospective students is vital. If your campus warrants it, set out signs to point out the building in which the welcome will be conducted. Have students arrive at a relaxed hour, such as 9 in the morning on a Saturday. If you have many potential students, split them up into multiple sessions across the day or on multiple days. Student and faculty volunteers, especially those who are new, should arrive at least an hour and a half before the prospective students in order to be trained on the process. At the check-in area, have name tags spread out with the names of potential students. On the name tag, be sure to include the individual's group. Have a student volunteer standing by to show the way to the group staging area. Here, another student volunteer will be ready to welcome and greet these students, allowing them to loosen up and grow comfortable with not only the environment, but also the people in their group. Groups should be split by gender with a corresponding group leader. Once it's time to begin, direct the potential students to follow their group leaders up to the classroom where they will begin the interview process. This is where the meat of the interview process will take place. Here, students will be measured on various scales to determine their work ethic, both individually and in a group. Each room should host the prospective students, a faculty volunteer, and an alumni volunteer observer. The faculty volunteer will lead the interview, controlling the pace. Start with introductions. Have students write their names on the name cards with the marker and to think of an interesting fact about themselves. Then, have the students stand by their desks. Introduce yourself first, your name, role, and an interesting fact. Then start with the students. Have them say their name, current school, and interesting fact. After introductions, the faculty moderator will explain the first activity, individual time. Students will be given a piece of paper face down and a pencil. The faculty moderator will explain to the students that they will be given a question and 5 to 10 minutes to jot down notes and ideas that will become a solution. At the conclusion of the time, students will stop their work and start the next stage, group time. Now that students have their ideas written down, arrange them into two groups according to their respective questions. The faculty volunteer will explain that for the next 15 to 20 minutes, students will discuss the solution to the questions within their groups. At the end of the time, students will present a 5-minute presentation of their solution to the rest of the room. So they should be instructed to use the time both to organize ideas and thoughts, as well as to create and plan their presentation. Allow them to use materials such as markers and a whiteboard or large post-it paper. When the time runs out, quiet the students and have them sit in their groups in order to begin the final stage of the interview, presentations. Presentations should be the highlight of the interview process. They show the group's dynamic and reveal individual contributions. The faculty moderator will explain that following the presentations, each group will be responsible for answering any questions that the other students might have. The observing group will be encouraged to ask questions or simply provide comments about the presentation. After both presentations have finished, have the students sit back down to complete the final stage of the interview, evaluations. In order to allow students to process their group interview, applicants will be given an evaluation to complete. Invite applicants to share their experiences with the larger group. After the discussion, the interview is done. Thank them for coming and dismiss them with the student volunteer to lead them back downstairs. The final step of the interview is conducting student evaluations. Conduct these immediately after the interview so that potential students and their work are fresh in your mind. Critique students one by one and take your time to evaluate each student correctly through discussion. Now you are ready to interview incoming students in a brand new way that exploits all types of students' abilities and talents. Good luck.